Well, hi, everybody. Let's do this thing today. Hello, Evans. I feel like the much anticipated, I'm going to turn that brightness up. Much anticipated plant stream. So we are going to hop into a whole bunch of things. I'm actually pretty excited. Like the kind of items in here today make me they just make me happy. I kind of nerd out on some of this stuff. So of course, if you have any questions, let me know. I'm literally just going to be looking over here at the chat. If you've never tuned into one of these live streams, hey, I'm Ashley. And this is Swift Wellness. By popular demand, this has been our kind of like weekly plant show for a little bit. So we're just gonna keep leaning into it. It's finally getting nice enough that we can like talk plants, right? I'm gonna start off with, let's start off with some tools and some kind of different gardening accessories. And then of course, like this is all based around outdoor like tools, outdoor clothing, things like that. If you're interested in more indoor things about repotting, houseplants, things like that, go to my storefront. There are 2 other live streams there. One where we repotted and kind of planted, and then another where I was opening some planters and like you guys got to see it like in real time, you know, first impressions, all of that good stuff. So yeah, let's go ahead and kick this off. So, and also I saw a whole bunch of people like follow right at the beginning of the live stream. So cool. Thank you, everybody. All right, so I'm going to play up a bunch of videos today. Obviously, I'm right here, I stream, and I'll put them over here on the side. One of the reasons I do that is some of these items are just bigger, and they're kind of bulky and they're kind of awkward to show. And then also, as much as I would love to be outside, I feel like there'd be too much like ambient noise and it would be really annoying to like try to listen to me, but then also, you know, kind of hear all of the outdoor sounds and stuff. So Amazon customer, thank you. And then also Daria, Finley, and Tony too, like I said, who like followed immediately. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm Ashley. I think I said that, but if you hadn't heard me, hi. So let's go in here. So this is what we're going to start with. I think is kind of one of my like favorite things. This is a garden kneeler / bench. So 2 of those things kind of like go together here. And so this is why I was, you know, telling you guys, I was like, you need to see the video. You shouldn't just let me like kind of demonstrate it. So it's actually really small and actually really portable. I'm going to pull it up and kind of give you a like closer look at it. So in the video, you can kind of see that you can use it both ways. You can reverse it, use it just like this, like a bench, or if you prefer to kind of kneel down with your flower beds or things like that, you could use it that way. Hi JLo, hello. So it kind of works great to kind of depending on if you're working in your own like garden or if you're, you know, kind of working on like a raised flower bed or something like this, like works much more efficiently, and it's also incredibly portable. Hey, what tools inside? Hello. So like I said, I do have it right here. And so literally I'm sitting in my chair so you can see how large this is. It's very lightweight. And if I get a little bit closer, this is your kneeling pad or your bench. And so this is like a really thick layer of foam right here. And then this, of course, is all of the metal that kind of just folds out. So it literally folds out into your bench or your kneeler in literally 2 clicks. So you can just take it from here. You could it's like light enough that you could easily like hold it with one hand too, but you're literally just going to pull it down. It's going to be kind of loud, but it's going to just click into place. And then so that you can see it a little bit closer, I'm only going to pop out this one side, but this is a bar right here. And when you want to close it, you're just literally going to take your hand grip and you're just going to press it in. And then that relieves just enough pressure that you can then go ahead and just like fold it back into place. So it's really lightweight. And it also comes with, let's see if I can do this really quickly without making a ton of noise. And it also comes with this little pouch. So I do have in the stream today, I think three different kinds of aprons for like a huge range of kind of personal preference with aprons. But this is just the little Velcro pouch that it comes with. So it folds over. And you can see it's just the Velcro here, very, very lightweight, but it does have 3 kind of individual, very long, kind of very skinny pouches. So that makes it really easy to put something like a trowel or something like that in it. And then it can just easily hang from the side of the bench, or it can hang from the side of the kneeler. So either way, or if you just like don't want to be bothered with this, you can take it off. Easy, and go from there. So like I said, this is super, super lightweight. We're talking like 6 pounds. I wanted to pull it up just to kind of see, but it is literally 6 pounds to kind of pick up and carry. So very easy, but still also incredibly sturdy, so that you can kind of just take it wherever, however. So also I want to kind of point out, hey Randy, thank you for the follow, that this is that really, really thick foam, but like I said, it's very lightweight. So if you're concerned that it's too lightweight and it won't support the right amount of weight, this, when it's kind of opened up out into that bench, like you see over here, it actually has a 300-pound weight capacity. So it's like a very, very heavy duty bench or kneeler, even though it's an incredibly lightweight garden seat. So this is also really cool because yesterday I shared that, I shared the little gardening gloves that I have. Yesterday what I did is I shared them individually in case you obviously didn't want a kneeler like this or a bench. What I did is I just shared the brand where you could just get these on their own, but that bench actually comes with a pair of the claw gloves. So like I said, these are the ones I shared yesterday, and I put them on my hand. They always look so fun. They like cat claws or however, but these are little plastic tips where they have that kind of art claw, as you would call it. And that just allows you to just, as you're gardening, you're literally just using this as a hand rake. So if you prefer to kind of work with your hands, you prefer that kind of like closer, more connected with the dirt kind of feel versus a tool or something like that, these work really, really well. So very breathable. This is like a kind of a waterproof kind of coating as well. And then this specific set comes with one just kind of normal glove and then one claw glove. So I have pretty small hands, so you can see that these are kind of big on me, but they're still like a really great pair of gloves, and they're all kind of like bonus with the kneeler too, right? So yesterday I did share, if you want just the gloves, a link for these as well that actually comes in a set of 4, but a pair of the gloves does come with the kneeler as well. So really cool. Hello Yogi, hello. So kind of chatting about some tools. That's kind of what we're starting with today. Let's see here. There we go. Make sure I like uploaded everything a little bit earlier, so I'm always like a little afraid that I forget to turn all the sound off so that it's like concurrently running alongside me. But a couple of these pieces kind of garden equipment, these are both from Garden Guru. Those of you who have come to the stream before know that I like to like go down a rabbit hole with certain brands. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in here for, let's see, the Garden Guru tools have a code. Let's see. Have a code. It's a quantity code though, so it's a 10% off code for 4 tools, but you can use that little code. It's like letters and numbers. I put it into the chat. But I do also see there is a 10% off a coupon for the trowel in the listing. Cool. So there's a little bit of extra kind of deal that goes along with it. And this one's actually a really cool, you are welcome, Evan. I am happy to give you some codes. So what's really cool about this one is like, I love, I love any kind of tool that has like multiple pieces or like multiple uses, so then you don't have to worry about like carrying as much with you. You can just put it in like a little pouch, or you could put it in one of the aprons that I have on the stream today as well. So this is a 5-in-1, right? So I tried to do the best kind of like close up that you could see, but it's very, very narrow. So your trowel here is like very long and skinny, but it's kind of curved here, so then that way it's hard to kind of see it, but it's kind of curved just a little bit like that, so it does kind of work as like a scoop or a shovel. Yes, I added that in the chat, so you can take both of those off. So technically it'd be 20% if you're looking for wait, there's another one. Hold please, I have another one. There we go, hang on, let me add the other one too. Let's see. Okay, I'm adding it to the chat. So this is another one too. It looks like there's only select ones. I don't know which ones those are because it's on the listing. But it did say that there's another 5%, and then that would stack with that 10%. And it would even, I'm guessing it would still stack with the quantity of 4 ones too. I don't know, I'd have to like put it all in my cart to kind of see, but so talking about I know, right? I just need to kind of put it all together and see what stacks on what, but so this is a 5-in-1, like I mentioned. So I pulled up the video, and when I was filming it, I wanted to kind of give you like a really good, kind of like a really close up kind of a view of it, and of course I have it right here. So very narrow blade, that's kind of what your trowel is. You have the serrated edge on one side. You have here, like it's not super sharp, but it's definitely flat side, right? For kind of like cutting and slicing, kind of more sawing. You do have, they call it a twine cutter, which it is, like rope and twine, but it's also totally a bottle cap opener, let's be honest. And then on the end, you do also have your weeder here to kind of get in down at the base of those like really pesky weeds. And then you can see it also has, I'm trying to get it not to reflect, it has measurements here all the way down so that you can actually place it if you're planting seedlings or little propagations or things like that, and you need to be a little bit more precise about how deep they're going into the ground. That measurement there will really help you too. So this of course it's like super useful because it does so many different things kind of all together in one. And of course this is stainless steel, which we all know is like, rust proof, incredibly durable. So you're not gonna have to worry about that whatsoever. And then this actually kind of has like a really soft grip. Like this bottom part is like kind of hard and heavy, but this is like almost like a silicone kind of soft grip on there, so it's a little bit easier to kind of like hold as well. And then of course if you're hanging things up in your garage or things like that, you do have that like convenient loop here to kind of hang from, I guess you could say. Or I guess you could put any kind of like a rope or any kind of like your own personal carabiners or things like that on there as well. So I of course linked green, that's what I went with. You guys all know I love some green, but there are some other colors. I think there's maybe they're not. I'm like looking at the listing right now as I say that. I don't think that any of the trowels come in a different color, but some of the tools do have a 2-pack, it looks like. So But then, as Evans pointed out, and I added into the chat, there is that coupon code if you're looking for, you might be rounding out a few more gardening tools. There is that, I guess it's like a buy four, gives you that 10%, but there is a 10% off coupon code as well on the listing. And it looks like there's even a 5% like stacking code also. So really great little tool, very, 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 very useful, whether you're doing some transplanting, you're doing some cutting, you're doing some sawing with the serrated edge, lots of different use cases for that one. So if you want something, I guess you could call it maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit more traditional. This is a double-sided piece of equipment. And I did say when I was talking about this yesterday that I did kind of focus on really beginner friendly pieces of equipment. So these are very durable. This is like a pretty heavy, like stainless steel, really nice grip on here. So these are very good additions to kind of like your gardening tools and your gardening setup. Is there really, really expensive versions, heavier, thicker, more durable? Absolutely. But I do think that this is a really good, like affordable kind of hand tool that's kind of like perfect for like those of us who aren't professional gardeners, right? So I think these are all like really great. And let's see here, the hand rake also has a 10% off coupon code for the listing. So I just added that as well. I think I'm gonna guess that probably all of the Garden Guru tools probably have that 10% off. I only have these two, so I haven't looked at all of the other ones, but this is another kind of multi-purpose tool that I think we all could use. This, very much like the trowel here, is a stainless steel, very heavy little, same type of handle, right? That ergonomic grip, that really kind of soft top here. You can see the little hand grooves for your fingers, makes it easier to hold too. But this has the double-edged side. So of course, on this side, you have your rake. A lot of times just aerating soil, pulling out any kind of clumps of weeds or plants, or really you can kind of use for so many different things. And then you can flip it over, and on the other side, you have your hoe, which is obviously your just like long, flat blade. But it does have a little bit of kind of a sharp edge here too. So if you are chopping through larger plants, thicker plants, any kind of weeds, things like that, it's got a pretty good edge on it too. So just like the others, that I've shared, these stainless steel, very, very nice quality, just like a really good, really affordable, set of tools. And one of the reasons that I kind of went down, I was looking for very like beginner friendly tools and just like really useful ones, right? Like if you're gonna get a tool or you don't have a lot of space, or you're just kind of getting into the gardening love, I guess, you might as well have something that has multiple uses, so you don't have to have like 90 tools in your garage, in a closet, if you have a patio or a condo or something like that. So these are both, I think, awesome tools that, pretty much, with the exception of having like a little shovel, like I think this covers like into pieces of equipment, I guess you could say, pretty much covers all of the use cases that you might need. But I also, those of you who have been on my channel for a while know that I'll always give a call out to any like awesome, small businesses or like anything like that. And what I really like about Garden Guru is that they use a lot of recycled materials. They, kind of in order to reduce your overall environmental impact, be more sustainable, be more eco-friendly. Obviously, we're talking about gardening, so we are being more eco-friendly and more sustainable. So it's really awesome that they kind of actually use a lot of recycled materials, and they also like offer a, I think they said lifetime warranty on all of their tools. So if something happens to them, they do honor that policy. But most specifically, what I wanted to add also is they actually donate. So they use recycled materials. I think that's awesome. But then they also do donate to causes for like the environment and protecting the environment and renewable resources and things like that. It's like 1% of sales, not even like 1% of profits, which a lot of people do, which is kind of like a loophole, I feel like, but 1% of sales. So really cool. You have very nice flower garden beds. These are like, when I was doing this, when I was filming these videos, I'll put the kneeler up. I had to laugh because literally this was the most Portland, Oregon day ever. Like, here I am trying to show like gardening tools and being outside and all of this, and it's like, here's some clouds, here's like, I'm literally wearing a wool jacket, it's cold, and I'm just like, this is the most on brand video that I've made yet. So I digress. And then of course it kind of goes, I actually got a pretty good tip kind of before I jumped on the live stream today. Just kind of talking about, we talked a lot about kind of like earlier on the last couple plant streams, we kind of talked about, kind of planting indoors and outdoors and things like that. But I did want to point out also is like, no matter what kind of tools you have, whether you have stainless steel, whether you have, I'm going to switch it back to this one, whether you have stainless steel, whether you have plastic, anything like that, if you are using indoor or outdoor plants that maybe have, I guess we were talking about like on a couple of streams ago, root rot or any kind of, especially outdoors, anything that's got disease or pests or anything like that, is just obviously making sure that you take the time to clean off your tools and then also kind of sterilize them. So really, really super simple. You could just kind of make a little combination of bleach and water for your tools, like very little bleach, tiny bit, but that will also help kind of sterilize any of the tools if you were using it anywhere that you have any kind of infestation, any kind of infected plant, root rot, bacteria in your soil, things like that. So clean them off if there's dirt, and then just kind of use a little like a bleach water solution, and that'll actually really help, make sure that you're not contaminating other plants or anything like that. So my little PSA today. So again, Garden Guru are really awesome, recycled materials, really quality materials, lifetime guarantee, and they donate 1% of their sales. So we love it. It's so cool. While I'm at it, I just realized I told you guys, I went down like a rabbit hole with that brand specifically, but I want to switch over. Let me take that video down to, I would say, still very beginner friendly, but an awesome set of pruners. So we were talking, and I have them in the stream too today, about like gloves and different types of things like that. So we talked about pruning, like I mentioned roses, but then there was also like raspberries and things like that. So whenever I think of like Fiskars, I think of like kindergarten and like the safety scissors, but these are like anything but safety scissors. These are like very heavy duty pruners. But I wanted to kind of showcase these because they're literally under 10, and they're also something that if you are gardening, even though these are great heavy duty, they're super affordable, but this is something that you will use all the time in your garden. Like, you don't need to have roses, you don't even need to have like flowers or things like that. If you're growing vegetables, especially like squashes and pumpkins and things, if you need to clip back shrubs, toenail clippers, that you can use it for so many different things. And like I said, these are very heavy duty. They have a lock here on the back, so you just slide it up to open it, and you can see these are very large pruners here as well. So let me kind of give you a little bit of a kind of closer look here. So this is all stainless steel, so this is not going to rust or kind of get damaged or anything like that. And you can see it's not serrated, it's like very sharp, so it's going to make like a very sharp cut, right? So if you're cutting flower stems or you're cutting any bushes and things like that, roses, etc., they will cut very cleanly. And like Evan said, Fiskars is an awesome brand with a lifetime warranty. That's what I'm saying. Like, they have been around forever. I remember using like just, again, kids safety scissors when I was a kid. But this is another brand that, yes, they offer like a complete lifetime warranty. Like, these are hefty and they're super, super good quality for literally being just like $6, like I swear. So maybe some small tree branches like evergreens. Yeah, I mean, this has like, I wonder if it'll say, let me look and see if there's like a weight. Sometimes there'll be like a weight of how much poundage, that they'll do. But yeah, this could definitely take down some small branches and some small trees for sure. It's very sharp. So this is also, I think that they come in I know that they come in other sizes, but this is a 5/8 inch cut. So this, I don't want to cut myself here, but that's, kind of like how big of a branch or a stem or whatever you could fit kind of within these pruners and still get that same kind of like really sharp cut as well. So really great. This is just, I feel like this is a good size, I think, with the 5/8. It's not too big. It's not like, kind of like garden shears or things like that, hedge clippers or whatever. But this is very kind of all around a great size. Like he said, make sure to clean them. Don't bring diseases in. Roses, exactly. Raspberries, any kind of like viney bush, things like that. But yeah, for $10, I would absolutely put these into your garage. Even if you don't have a ton of garden type things to do, these, I promise you, you will find many things that you need that slightly sharper, harder, stronger cut with as well. So really chef's kiss on that one. That one I don't have a code for, anything else like that. But I don't really even think that you need, it's such a really awesome value, honestly, for for what they are and for a lifetime value, right? So and also very sharp. This is all stainless, right? This isn't going to go anywhere. So keeping the safety lock on, because I will cut myself and hurt myself. Okay, let me switch over. So it is a really good price, like super, super affordable. And I guess it's already on a deal. It looks like it is about literally on like a 50% off. I just don't have another coupon code or anything for you guys today. Okay. So I obviously started with the kneeler, right? That one's like very big. It's a bench, it's a kneeler, etc. But if you don't want to spend that much money, this is another kind of like great option. This is for a set of 2. So if you're looking at it and you're like, like that seems expensive or things like that for the foam pads, it's because it's a set of 2. This also falls under that same coupon code as I mentioned earlier. It's still from Garden Guru, right? So you still have that quantity discount with the code. I am putting in the chat right now for you guys. And I do believe that extra 5% is still on there too. But it's like only the specific items that, adding that to the chat right now, it's only these specific items on their special page. So these are similar to the kneeler, of course, where they are a really thick kind of cushioned foam pad. So probably one of the most important things I think is like, yes, they're great, they're foam, they'll protect my knees from kneeling, things like that, but this is also waterproof. So if you're kneeling, in this case, in the Northwest where the ground is always saturated and wet, you don't have to worry about the foam soaking into your jeans or your pants and then getting, them wet and dirty and disgusting. So this is a waterproof foam kind of cushioned pad. And then they also just have the Velcro here on the back with a really stretchy strap. So you can pretty much adjust however you need to. And there's a lot of kind of length and a lot of kind of give to the Velcro strap as well. So you definitely have a pretty wide range of, as I have like my throat so scratchy today, you have a wide range of sizes of who can fit in there. So it's not just for, smaller humans like me. If you have larger legs, if you're taller, if you're older, if you're younger, et cetera, these will all kind of work in that same size for you. So they have that kind of like snug protective fit, and that this kind of cushions all the way around. Save your knees, so exactly, like just literally, I feel like when I was younger, it was like, you're gonna hurt your knees. Just do yourself a favor, spend a little bit of money, really nothing that much, and not be in discomfort the rest of the day because you were kneeling on the ground and it was cold, or you were, just in pain. I feel like more than anything else, I just don't want to be wet. Like I don't want my knees and my pants and my ankles and all of that kind of stuff. I don't want that. So really affordable. They do have that coupon code with the quantity. And if you don't want a 2-pack, you can get a single set, but I think I put the 2-pack in because they were a way better deal, I think. I guess it looks like the one is sold out, the set of one. But the 4-pack is pretty good. It's like $10 more, you get 2 more. So it's actually pretty good deal, but obviously if you don't need 4 sets, then just get the set of 2. So there's that. Okay. So let's see, what do we have here? Some kettle bibs. I am going to highlight just really quickly. I did share the gloves yesterday, and I literally just shared them a little bit ago. A set of these gloves does actually come with the garden kneeler, but I know some of you might not be interested in the kneeler and you just kind of want something, you just think these gloves are awesome and really cool and you want your own pair. So I am linking one right now that's a set of 4. So it's the same gloves as these, but you have 2 sets of just normal gloves with that rubber kind of waterproof coating, and then you have 2 sets that are complete left hand, right hand claws. So you could mix and match. You could do 1 and 1. You could have, just normal gloves. You could do, 2 hands with the claws, either one. But I do want to just kind of highlight that there is an option for just those gloves if you don't want the kneeler. They are, but they're also like super useful. Like I like them. Okay. So sometimes like streaming is very bad on my own personal wallet because I want to do things for y'all and want to try out things, and I like to shop and see if things work, and sometimes I buy things and they just don't work, and a lot of times I end up sending things back because I'm like, this is not good, I'm not going to share things. However, I didn't have that problem this time, I feel like, for this stream. So what I want to share is I bought 3 different kinds of aprons, because I also know that those of you who are watching my streams all the time, some people are going to like the floral one. Some people are going to like more of a full-on very utilitarian style. So I kind of went through and was trying to kind of decide, and I like all of these. I don't know. So this is one that I ordered, and I kind of honestly, when I ordered it, was like, I probably won't like it. I think it's cute in the listing, but in person, I'm probably not going to like it. It is probably my favorite. So it comes in a few different kind of colors and patterns. I have the dark upholstery, which is called... I went back and forth about which one. Wait, do they not have mine anymore? What? Oh my goodness. Actually, no, I take that back. Okay, so it says it's blue. It's not, okay, so that's why I was confused. In person, it's really not blue. It almost looks more black. But I mean, it has blue here and kind of here, but it's like a thick kind of like upholstery. So they call it a florist apron versus like one of these that I think is like a little bit more of like a gardening apron. But it's kind of like a thick fabric. It's like a cottony fabric. You could definitely toss this like into the washing machine really easily. I think you could also double it. I think that's why they call it like a florist apron, because you could totally double this as like a kitchen apron too, not just like a garden apron. This feels very much like kind of like a softer canvas kind of material. So it's really thick without being stiff like canvas can be sometimes. Right? I know. Like, I mean, I tell you guys when I get like free stuff, and I love free stuff sometimes. But yeah, when it comes to the plant streams, I have literally no partnerships with any plant people. Psh, your girl. I would love some plant stuff. So I buy all this stuff myself. Okay. What was I going to say? Okay, so going back to this, there are a few different colors. Mine is literally called blue, and in person, this is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like a greenish tinted tan, slightly brown mushroom gray. It's like a weird kind of combination of like greenish brown or something like that. I always poke myself in the, so this one's a little bit more of a lightweight apron. So this one is thicker though. So if you always poke yourself in the stomach, this smaller one is probably going to be really good for you. But I was like, oh, hello, everybody popping in. This one's definitely more lightweight. I think that's why they call it kind of like a florist apron, because you could use it to cook with. You could use it to obviously be out in the garden. So I wanted to kind of show in the video where you can see. Actually, I might just stand up. Might just be easier this way. Let me push this chair back. So this one, I think of all of the aprons that I got, has kind of like the most pockets. So I just kind of like wrap it around. You obviously can wrap it and tie it wherever, however you want to. You could obviously tie it back here. I was tying it on the side. But okay, so let me step back. And so then on here, there is like this down here, this upholstery kind of part. This is one big like pocket. There's like smaller pockets here on the side. And then there are these kind of, you can't see, there's like loops right here. This is a smaller loop. This is a bigger loop. And then there's pockets all the way on the top as well. So there's the kind of like second row of pockets here, and then the second row on the bottom. And then you have all of those extra kind of belt loop style slots and spots. So like the reason I like this one is literally just because of all of the different kind of compartments that it has. And I like, I don't know, I kind of like the fit. So yeah, I just like the fit. It's like a really good kind of length. Living in North Dakota makes my season short. Oh, welcome. I'm like up, not in the Midwest, but I'm up where I feel the same. We have like a few really gray months, and then it kind of gets cold and gross and rainy. But so you can see that it is a longer apron, not super, I don't know, like mid quad for me, mid thigh. But I do like it. It has so many cute little options. This also, if you don't like this kind of like, you know, I don't know, it feels very like, it's green and tan and brown and khaki and all kind of like in kind of meshed up all into one. But there are some other colors as well. I do know that this one's a little bit more on the expensive end compared to the other ones that I did share. But that's why I like to do kind of like a few different variations, right? So this is my like top tier one. But let me go like this. So this one, of course, doesn't have any adjustability because this is just a strap. So before I kind of switch into the next two, this one doesn't have that because it's just a tie. This one is kind of in between the fabric one and then this other one. So this has a adjustable like faux leather strap, and it is a little bit more of a thicker material as well. I know, you know what? Here's the thing. I was gonna go between this blue shirt and this other one that I put in the stream, couldn't decide. So you guys are just gonna have to deal with me today. So this is kind of in between the two that I have. So this is a thicker material, and some of y'all, I put this in earlier, and I know that for some of you, you're seeing that it isn't available. I was looking at it and it shows me that there's like 6, which isn't a lot, I know, but they're still available with your Prime membership. So if you're not seeing it from only other sellers, I don't know why some people are seeing that, but I am not. So this one is thicker. This one's also a little bit stiffer. It has a waterproof kind of like layer kind of here on the back. Think about it kind of like a waxed backside of the fabric. So this is all kind of like waterproof. And then this one has more of like a kind of tool belt style where you have this thick, faux leather strap with a really large like seatbelt buckle that goes around. So I will say on this one, when I was trying to size it, this is a really, really large extendable strap. So for me personally, I can't exactly get it as short, kind of as I would want. So you can see on me, it's a little bit looser, whereas I could tie the floral one really tight, and then I could also tie this one really tight. This one doesn't cinch up quite as small because the belt is a loop through the center. So it sizes by sliding through here. So you can cinch it up just like I did, but then you kind of hit that like this. I can't cinch it past here, right? So the size, let me see if it'll say what the full length is. Does it even say on here? It's big is what I was gonna say, but I want to, it says that it says how big the apron is, and that's not what I want to look at. I wanted to see if it would say how long this belt is. It's very long. Blue and gold. Yeah, it just says how big the apron is. So like I said, this is like kind of as small as it would cinch it down into, but you could expand this way out. So if you are someone who is taller, who is larger, you have a lot of room to extend out this belt. But it just has that big clasp, like big like seat belt, I'm just gonna go with. And then on the front, this one has fewer pockets. This one just has 4 different size pockets on there. I like the tie garden belt the best. I do too. That's what I said. I was like, I'm gonna start with the one I like the best first. But I do think this one's really cute. It's more lightweight. I like that it has the coating on the back of this one as well. And it has just kind of like a little bit thicker, heavier belt to it. And I also know that some people just don't like the tie. They like more of a clasp or a click style belt on there too. So that's why I said it's kind of like right in between the two. Now, is it waterproof? So this backside it's coated, but the front is just very much like a canvas. So like this, if you got it kind of dirty or you needed to clean it, you probably could wipe it clean. But I mean, in theory, like it would be waterproof because if you spilled something on the front, it's not going to get through onto the back. But I wouldn't really call it waterproof. I feel like I would call it like water resistant maybe. But the back is like that little back kind of like a coating. Okay, so I know that those are floral. So it's a little flowery. So if there's some guys watching and they're like, no, I don't like either of those, this is the one for you. So I'm calling this a convertible one. I don't know if that's like actually like the actual title for it, so we're gonna go for that. This one is smaller. So of all of the gardening belts that I put in here, this is by far the smallest, but I do think it's like kind of really great in a few different ways, because it's definitely the most utilitarian, kind of the most engineered kind of version, right? This is one of those pouches that literally has absolutely every, you know, kind of pocket and compartment and different kind of snap and Velcro and things that you could possibly need to kind of keep everything on you and not have to lose it. So whereas the floral one that ties around and this other floral one, nothing zips, nothing closes, this one has all the zips. So you have one big zip here, which makes this one really big kind of pouch and pocket here on the back. Then in the front, you have a kind of like a mesh pocket. I feel like this one, Yogi kind of beat me to it. This is, I think, would be great for like a water bottle. So very, very much in the hiking kind of pouch as well. You do have an open pouch here, but you do have the snap. Oops. Can't do it like that. You do have the snap loop here as well, so you could attach something that you don't want to fall out of your pocket. And then you have another one here, little handy dandy little pen or pencil holder. And then I think that's it. Is that the only one? Yes. And then it has the strap. So this one's definitely more durable. This is probably like the thickest of the fabrics of the one that I like have shown so far. But I do like the fact that it has this two kind of version compatibility. So it does have a lot of adjustability too. So it has the extender strap here. So you can already take this and extend it out farther, but you can see, like I did it in the video, you can take these two, take these two out. So you can just take one off and take the second one off. And for me, it's pretty much sized perfectly that it takes it from like a crossbody pouch, try not to click it, into a kind of like hip bag. But you could still take the loop and you could still stretch it and extend it as well. So for me, you can see it kind of comes up a little bit higher on my waist. So if you want it down lower or you want to put it through your own belt loops, you could do that. Just, you know, extend out that strap a little bit. So that one makes this, I feel like this is obviously the very like unisex version. Some years we can plant would also be good for metal detector searching. Anything that you like are afraid of like losing. You have the zips, you have the snaps, you have the attachments, you have the mesh, kind of all of that kind of multi-storage solutions and options there as well. I am so disappointed in some of these listings because I wanted to tell you, obviously I'm showing you that you can extend it, but I was hoping I could find the exact dimensions on here. And it doesn't say how long this extends to. So I apologize, but it extends quite a bit. It's the best way to put it as well. And then this is also one of those items too that I've kind of shared thus far. They actually offer like a 3-year warranty on all of the kind of the fabric and just the entire kind of construction of their pouch as well. So wanted to give 3 options, obviously kind of very flowery, more aprony into the middle, which is that other floral one, and then obviously this last one. Bike riding is another good, yes, all of these, they're also good, right? Very compatible, convertible style kind of holster and carrying. Okay, let me take this down. Okay, as we're moving through, I guess we should talk about the gloves. We'll talk about the gloves. Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I shared these, a little sneak preview. So I'm going to bring them out again. They were in the video, you know, kind of tucking them away into this apron. But these are a really kind of awesome pair of gloves. And these are actually on a deal right now. So they're, what's it say, 13% off. Yes, please click on the hearts. I love it. These are a longer glove. So obviously the claws, very short. They're kind of that shorter kind of a wrist length. These are a lot longer, and they also come in sizes. So I have very small hands, and so I got a size small. I don't think it gives, I think it actually, if you go onto the listing, there's like a size chart. So if you're not sure if you're a small or a medium or a large, they'll show you how to measure your hand so that you could find the right fit in these. It's kind of based on palm and finger size and stuff, but they look like this. So they have this really thick kind of, again, that thick canvas material that's kind of that cotton, but a little bit stiffer. And when I did share these the other day, these I think would be great if you're, you know, pruning roses or raspberries or some like thorny bushes and things like that. This is not like, you know, big cactus thorn type of gloves. So these are like thick. They are going to protect your hands, but they're not going to protect your hands against those really thorny, really kind of sharp, pointy plants out there. So these are good for like kind of all the like different kinds of light work. And then you can see it has a little adjustable strap here. So if I don't use the Velcro, you see how it kind of like flares out a little bit here. If you want it to cinch down just a little bit, doing this with my other hand, you're just going to loop it, and then you're just going to take it and you can kind of cinch it down so that they're a little bit closer and a little bit tighter onto your arm. So this is actually kind of perfect for me. Like these literally come right to my elbow. So I think that's kind of a great level of length. Are the first fingers coded for use with smartphone? No, I don't. Hang on, let's find out. Let's see here. Yeah, the fingers kind of have like a felt feeling. No, I'm trying to use it on my phone as we speak. No, it does not work on your phone. There I go. I tapped away. But they kind of feel like more of like a felty kind of feeling, I guess you could say. And then the palm of it, you can see that it's a lot right here specifically, is kind of additionally padded. So it's got that extra kind of protection if you're, you know, grabbing onto something. And then same here with these. So I was like, well, maybe they will work. Let me try it. But I think that the kind of felty helps a little bit more of a grip. They definitely have that kind of smooth softness that helps me grip more so than like the canvas type fingers, right? So these only come, I think there is a blue version. I of course like green. We're gonna go with green. You can also, if you're thinking about, you know, washability, things like that, you can toss these into the washing machine. You can also just hand wash them and lay them out to dry. That works. But they're really affordable. They're under 15 right now, and I think they're just cute all around kind of gardening gloves. Nothing super fancy, but a really nice kind of quality glove, especially if you're like me and you struggle with finding gloves that are smaller sized. I like that this is like a small, medium, and large size glove. So we're coming up on Mother's Day, y'all. So if you're thinking Mother's Day, this would be a really cute little gift idea, I think. If your mother likes to garden or be outside or be in plants. So, okay, so let's chat about a couple different versions of, where did I hide them from myself? Oh, they're over here. I was like also doing to prevent touching. See, that's another good one. Touching poison ivy or poison oak, or even like just plants that are irritating. A lot of weeds can be irritating if you have sensitive skin, just things like that. That's a really good kind of use of gloves like that too. Let me put up. All right, I'm gonna highlight that, and I'm gonna grab them. I set them over here when I was trying them on earlier. So, like I mentioned, this streaming is like bad for like my like wallet and like price, but I also live in a very rainy part of the US, so I feel like specifically the London Fog ones, London Fog is actually like a really great, like they make really great raincoats and a lot of like outdoors kind of wet environment type clothing and apparel and accessories and things like that. So like honestly, these are a little bit more expensive. Actually, I think these are a little bit cheaper maybe than the other boots, actually, now that I say that. But I'm gonna sit up like this. Just London Fog's just a really great brand, definitely like higher end brand too, like their trench coats and their different kind of like rain jackets and stuff. But these are a coated kind of like rubber boot, so I think that like you could obviously wear these in the rain. I personally grabbed these for the stream today because I thought they were super cute. And again, like this whole stream, I wanted to kind of give a couple different variations or versions. Some people love like a dark floral. Me. Some people don't. So I kind of did one that this would be just as good of a rain boot as like a garden boot. This is all, of course, rubber. These are all slip-on. You could easily like rinse this off. And these are a little bit shorter of a boot than the other ones. These are like a 6-inch boot. So you can see it in like the video here. For me, it's like just above my calf, my ankle, just where the start of my calf. Streaming is bad to watch on your wallet. I know. Well, you know what? See, at least I'm doing my job in that case then, because that makes me feel better. But yeah, these also come in like, is there any insole? So of the two, let me see here. Yeah, so let me see if you can, yes, you can take it. Sometimes you can't take the insole out, you can. So it's just like a kind of thinner insole that has that kind of like softer, like real, not super thick, like a fairly, I don't know, what, 1/4 inch maybe or so insole. You obviously can take this out. Or in this case, put it back in. So pretty like lightly cushioned kind of insole. And then, like I said, this is all a rubber sole. I literally just bought these, so guys. This pair, so obviously I got 2 for the stream. This is called Black Floral, of course. These come in whole sizes only, so 6 all the way up through 11. So whole sizes. This boot, I have very narrow feet. Like I have a annoyingly narrow feet where the average shoe is always loose for me. So most of the time I'll wear like thick padded socks to fit in normal shoes. These are definitely more narrow. You can even see it here kind of through. They're still obviously a little bit looser for me around my foot because I just have a very narrow foot. But these run, I would say, very true to size. I wear like a 7, 7.5, depending on the type of shoe and the style. I got a 7 in these, and I would say they're very true to size. Like I can feel kind of like my toe in here, right? Like they're not loose, they're not too wide or anything like that. They're like very true to size. And then what does that say? Rattlesnake. Yes, rattlesnake area. See, look at that. There's so many good uses for some gloves today. But these are also, I think, primarily, let's call them a rain boot. But I like them for gardening because you could get them muddy, rinse them off, you have that protection. There's a little bit of insulation in here, but not like a ton. So they're still going to be lightweight. There's still also enough room throughout the like toe box if you want to wear a thicker sock or something like that. There's still room for that. So also, because these are kind of like, I would say probably a rain boot first, there's some really cute other colors of this. There's literally like rain boot yellow, but then there's also some really cute ones with like polka dots on them. One has whales, I think, red ones. There's some really cute versions, but like I said, London Fog's like a really good kind of outdoor raincoat jacket type thing company. So that's pretty much why I got them. I was like, I want to see what their rain boots are like. So, however, if your mom pinches the end of the toe. Yeah, so yeah, like there's room. There's like the thumb width, right? Like, so there's room. They're just more of a snug boot than the one I'm about to switch over here really quick. So these I think are just super cute, rain boots, and I'm going to highlight that in the carousel right now as well. These are a little bit, am I ready for Friday? I am so ready for Friday. Very ready for Friday. So these are, I would say probably more of a garden boot. These are another pair that do only come in whole sizes, but this specifically I want to call out are definitely run, I think, big. So you can even see here, I already mentioned, that's why I want to start with the fact that I have narrow feet. Because you can see the difference. I should have done it with like this way. Let me get the same foot, right? So you can see how much more narrow these are than these ones. So for me, these were definitely looser of a boot, but my bracelet fell off too. But they are also kind of like a little bit larger as well. So like if you're like me and you're a 7.5, I bet I didn't. I got a 7, but I bet I could probably have sized down to a 6 and been okay with these. I also still think that the 7 is good. Again, I'm someone who like wears like big thick wool socks like all the time, so for me I'm gonna have plenty of like room for like thicker sock in there as well. I have the green Garden Days boots. I know. Okay, so here's the thing. I ordered those too. I was going to point out that I wanted to see if I could get this insole out. I was like, I'm only going to keep one, but I ordered that one too, and these got here first, but honestly, they're super cute. Look, they're kind of cute. There's little like seed packets and like gardening stuff. Like, and then this is the belt buckle that I'll show you in a second, but like, look how cute they are. And the insole on these does come out as well, but this one's like, it's like a very thin foam one. The London Fog one is definitely more of kind of like a substantial insole. This is a very lightweight insole. So Evan, since you have the green boots, how would you say that they fit? They are so cute. Would you say, oh, thanks, Michaela. Would you say that they run larger too, or like how do you feel? Because you have some, so then like somebody else weigh in, so it's not just me giving my opinion on how they fit. But they definitely have also a lot more like kind of like flexible, kind of really soft rubber. This is very soft, whereas like the London Fog one is definitely like a thicker rubber. But I love how like soft this is. It's super like kind of like shiny, soft, and I don't know, I like it a lot. Like I pulled them out of the box and I was like, ooh. Okay, so Evan says they definitely run a little bit larger. So like I said, if you are kind of in between, I would probably size down. If you like to wear big, thick, heavy socks, then maybe get the normal size. Just kind of depends on where you fall in, in between sizes. But these do flare out just a little bit too. So you can see in the video, they do kind of have that same flare that the garden gloves had. But you can go on here on the side and there is a little buckle. And you could either, if you have wider calves, you can let it out, right? You have a little extra room here. Or if you want to tighten it, you can just slide it down. What I saw the first time that I did this is if you see here, there is that third hole, but when I went to push it through, it didn't have it on the back. It's not punched out yet. It's like super simple to punch it out though. They look like cowboy boots. I have a pair of cowboy boots. These do not look like, well, they don't look like mine, but I think they're great. Like they have the little loop to kind of pull them on, but I don't think that they need, like they're they're definitely not a super snug, super tight fit, especially if you leave them out so that there's a little bit of extra room up here, but definitely don't feel like you need this loop to pull them on or anything like that. So these are much taller as well. The London Fog ones are 6, these are 16 inches tall. If you size down a whole size, will toe rub on the end of the shoe. If you are, let me put it on. Let me decide here. Let me think about this a second so I can give you, Evans, feel free to like jump in on this while I put this boot on, and try to decide. It's like, I would say if you are like a 8 and you size down to a 7, it's probably gonna be too small. I bet it runs, I would say maybe like a half size big. So I wouldn't go a full size down. That was based on my really quick feel test by pinching my toe in the boots myself. So definitely run looser, definitely wider. I would say about a half size big that they probably run. Very, very soft. I like those a lot. And there are tons and tons and tons of different colors as well in this one. This is called Gardener's Delight, and like I said, it's got all these really cute little garden things. Or no, I wouldn't size down either. Okay, so Evan says don't size down. I think if you're in between the sizes, thank you, very helpful. I think if you're in between the sizes you could, but yeah, I wouldn't go a whole size down. Okay, so then I have Gardener's Delight, that kind of like cream and tan one. I also, shopping all the cute boots, I also linked the green ones. They're lime green. Those are the ones Evan says that she has. That's called Garden Days. There's super cute other ones too. If you just want like pure rain boots, there's like striped ones, solid colors. I think the one with the chickens is actually really cute. I kind of want chickens, but I know that I should not have chickens. Oop. There we go. We had a little bit of a glitch. I think the chicken ones are super cute, but I was like, I don't need chicken ones. If I had chickens, then I would. But okay, so I want to finish off with 2 super cute little t-shirts. One of which is... I'm wearing, of course. So this is my little pocket tee. So I love a super soft kind of like a t-shirt, and this is the kind of, do they come in teenager sizes? The boots. Thank you, Jayla. I don't know the answer to that. I think I'd have to look. I would probably just like click into Western Chief's like store, because the sizes, I think they do. They have kids sizes. Let's see. Girls, rain boots. I wonder if they have all the same colors. Let me see. Ooh, these look like very young kids though, maybe. Let's see. I would just look it through the Western Chief store and see. I do see kids, but I don't think you really want kids. You want like young adult, right? Girls, rain boots. Yeah, I would just look through there and see, because I think kids obviously are gonna be way too small. Okay, so this is a little tee. I think that this one is women's sizes. I think the other one I got is unisex, but super cute. I just want to point out, it says on the care instructions, dry clean only. It is a t-shirt. It is a cotton blend t-shirt. Don't dry clean a cotton blend t-shirt. Are you kidding? I don't know why. This is also one of those like super soft, kind of very like lightweight materials. It's kind of this like heathered, kind of a blue color, I guess you could say. And they come in a few different ones. I think there's a gray, pink, green, which I didn't get. I went with blue. But what's super cute about this one is it was like very understated for a gardening tee. So it just has this little pocket, and it just has like some flowers kind of growing out of it. So, I know you know, I have my teas and all that good stuff. But hey, holy, but very, very lightweight. Like I said, it's a cotton blend. It's super cute. This one specifically, I think, is only a woman's tee, but I love this super soft, like lightweight feeling of a t-shirt. They're just super good. I was very, very, very happy when I pulled this one out of the bag. I thought it was like super cute, and obviously I immediately put it on for the stream, because I was going like back and forth between which one I wanted and which one, you know, I was gonna share later. So for that reason, this is the other one that I got, also right here. Ta-da! It's kind of like a peachy, kind of like yellowish color. It's called beige, but in person, it's a little bit more of a yellow color than a beige, I would say. But look how cute. Look, let's all root for each other. These are like really cool. This is more of like an applique, so I'm gonna have to like wash it and kind of like get back to you guys about like how it holds up. But I feel like this is definitely the kind of tee I would probably like lay out to dry just in case. I think this is probably fine to dry, but just in case. But there, it's like kind of like printed on with that kind of well, thank you. And then this is also that same kind of fabric where it's that really lightweight, really soft, kind of like a cotton blend tee. And this, of course, is another one that is a kind of women's only size. So I did want to point out this one is like very much screen printed on, so that one's not going to. This one has just like that kind of the word for it, just kind of like that press on kind of feel to it. So these are kind of like silky. So I would probably just air dry it just to be safe, but yeah, it's super cute. So this is the beige, even though it looks kind of yellowish in person. There's blue, which actually I like, and I also really kind of just like the gray too. Dark gray is kind of like a really dark kind of charcoal gray. Of course, green. But yeah, there was a bunch of colors and I couldn't decide. So I went with this kind of khaki because I feel like I don't have as many light colored tees, but I also do really like the blue and the gray. So I don't know. I can't decide. But this is, like I said, that kind of vinyl screen printing on here though. So lightweight, easy. This one I got a small in. The sizes on that are small through extra, extra large. The blue pocket tee, I think I also got a small. So we'll just go with that and say the same thing. Like very much that same kind of fit on this. It's not that I really don't like women's cut tees where they kind of nip in and then flare out. So this is very much like a straight kind of tee, which just like the one I'm wearing or the one in the picture you can see is a little bit looser, just kind of more I don't know, they're just more comfortable. I really don't like that fitted weird shape. Like no woman is like shaped like this. Like, I mean, I don't know what size you wear. I have a small on. So like I would say small is like my normal size. Like these aren't meant to be like fitted, like tight tees. They're meant to be kind of looser. So I'm wearing a small in both of these here. So, all right. Last things last. I think we talked about everything else. So I also shared this one already. So I think if you are someone who's like very, very serious about gardening, you're really trying to build out some like long lasting, high quality, very kind of like heftier, heavier, stainless steel type implements like this. I would definitely recommend the Garden Guru ones that I shared a little bit earlier in the stream. But I also do know that, like, sometimes this is just like a lot, right? And like if you're in like a smaller area, especially if you're in like a condo or, maybe an apartment where you're gardening on like a patio and you're not in garden beds or outdoors or things like that. Something a little bit more lightweight, I feel like would be a really good kind of like option for you. So this was a like garden tool bag that I thought was really cool, that kind of was a perfect like starter kit. Like if you have absolutely no garden experience, you have no garden tools, you have nothing, and you just want like a really great kind of like entry level starter kit. You don't even know if you'll like gardening long term. This is a great, super affordable option. It's actually still on deal. It was on deal earlier this week when I kind of shared it. But this is a 10-piece set. So I'll kind of like show the difference here. So this is a kind of like green and kind of pinkish bag. And when just so you guys can see it this way. So when I did share this earlier, like when I got it too, and I pulled it out of the bag, Play 22 is literally just the brand. It's not a kid's bag. It's not anything like that. That's the brand name. It's weird, I guess, but that's just what it is. And so this is that 10-piece set. So something like the kind of little garden shovel here is going to be that kind of like alloy steel. So it's a lot lighter weight. It has that kind of like coated, treated wooden handle versus something that's like, you know, obviously this is much more ergonomic. This is a lot thicker, a lot heavier, like bigger tools. This is going to be a lot more lightweight. So if you want really heavy duty kind, I would go with these. Still very beginner friendly. But if you want something a little bit more lightweight, you can see that this is like a thinner edged metal steel too. Still a really good option. Still also one of the brands as well that has a lifetime guarantee. So even though it's a little bit lighter, they still kind of like back up their tools as well. So as a 10-piece set, this is very comprehensive, I think, for a beginner. If somebody is, you know, kind of, again, if you want like a housewarming gift or something like that, and they love gardening, this is a good set. So 10 pieces, one of course being this bag, and it's actually like a really tall, like very deep kind of like nylon bag. It has a Velcro here at the top and spins all the way around. Little mesh pouches here for all of your tools. Of course, you don't even have to put your tools in there. But it does have the little elastic straps. So when I go to put my tool in, it's secured and it's not kind of falling out. So you have your shovel, you have your trowel here. I call this like a fork, but this is very similar to like a hand rake as well. It has a spray bottle, so a really small little plastic spray bottle, which I think would be great for your tropical plants, but this would just be a good mister to kind of keep in your house and just use it for your indoor plants too. And then on this side, my hand rake fell down when I grabbed it. Here's your weeder. And then here are your pruners. So I pretty much shared, you know, kind of earlier, like if you want a heavy duty set, here's the fiskers. If you want, you know, this is the weeder kind of on its own. You can see it's much smaller, much narrower, much more lightweight than this weeder, right? That's part of this like big tool here. So really great kind of like beginner set as well, with all those pieces. There's also a hand rake here, it fell out. And incredibly affordable, right? It's all 10 pieces of your equipment for your garden for like $25. So like very, very cheap, very affordable. I shouldn't say cheap, but like affordable. That really has like one of those items of like basically anything that a gardener would like need. So really great set. Much more lightweight than some of the stuff from the Garden Guru, but still a really great kind of kit as well. So, hey, Michelle, what's up? Yeah, as you sliding in at the last minute, just kidding. So right at the last minute, okay. So all of these, I think literally every single one of the garden tools that I shared today all have like a really long warranty, whether that's a few years, whether that is lifetime. So they're just like really durable. I try to share what I think is just really great products, whether it's, more affordable, like that kind of 10-piece set, or it's something that's like really, really useful, like kind of like the 5-in-1 trowel, things like that. So lots of really good options. I know Michelle just like hopped in. So if there's something that you want to see, let me know. We can like kind of like go through it before we kind of like tab off. But I will also go back through really quickly though, and so I can add those coupons or coupon codes. Like I'll add the promo codes into the chat again. So let's see here. Let me slide over to the chat. So let's see. Any of the Garden Guru, I guess you'd call them gardening tools, have a coupon code on the listing. So it is a 10% on Faux. So of course, if you're kind of like going through and you're looking at the different tools and things like that, you get that extra 10%. I think the trowel and then also the hand rake have an extra 10% off. So those two things would like stack on top of each other if you were doing like the 4 for the 10% and then you were doing another 10% on top of that too. So, and then of course, just talking about Garden Guru is another one of the brands here on Amazon that I found that I think is really cool, that they use recycled materials. They have a really great warranty on their products. They also do donate a percentage of their sales, 1% of their sales, not their profits, but their sales, to like environmental and kind of like resource replenishment charities to kind of like make a difference. And I think that is awesome. So just giving a little bit of a shout out to that brand as I was kind of sharing things. But yeah, so I think we kind of chatted about all of the different things kind of like throughout the stream. And of course, if there's anything else anybody you guys want me to look at before I sign off, I am happy to kind of go back through that. For those of you who have been tuning in for a while, this is all old hat to you, but these do get recorded when I get off of my stream. I upload them to my Amazon storefront, and you can actually go back and watch these later. You can watch them for I want to say it's 60 days, I think. And you can also shop from any of those old ones as well. What was I going to say? There was something else. There was something else to that part and I forgot, but anyway, it's fine. I'm also always uploading any shoppable videos and photos. I'm literally kind of going through today, that's on my list, to upload some like clothing and some things like that, so that you can go up there and look at those. I think I've put all of my tools up there as well, that you can check out those shoppable videos. They're the ones that you've seen in here. But if you ever miss one of these streams, you can obviously go back. Any of them you can watch. Sometimes though, if there's a deal or a coupon code or things like that, they won't still be active when you come back. Sorry. That is this is one of the silly things about not tuning in on time, but that's pretty much it. I do have one more plant stream kind of queued up, which is literally just going to be about talking to, indoor plants and things like that you might be interested in as well. So talking about like very beginner friendly plants. I'm going to kind of do a roundup of like my favorite plant companies or brands that you can get from Amazon, like live plants, the ones that I've had really good luck with, the ones that I would recommend or suggest, and then we'll just kind of talk about different kinds of plants that are very beginner friendly as well. So if you have a completely black thumb because you kill everything, I will help you find some plants that you won't kill, that are low maintenance, that maybe don't require a lot of water, a lot of care. You know, they have a low learning curve, right? Hey, Kindness, thanks. Happy spring to you. Hey, Rome, hello. I don't know how you do. I think it's because I've been on at the same time. That's probably just how it works, right? I try to queue it up at the end of the day because now I get to go have a drink and relax, right? Like that's the one good thing, I guess, about being on the West Coast. Like, I'm an early morning person, so I'm up early. But my 6 a.m., I have people, like friends, like Kristen lives on the East Coast time, and I'm like, you realize you have 3 hours on me right now. I am waking up right now. It is 9 for you. It is not for me. So I think that's the beautiful thing, though, because I get to be done a little bit earlier, right? So I think that's pretty much all that I have on there. That's like kind of my PSA. So see, it's 3:26 right now. So anyway, that's fine. I get to log off for the day, right? I'm going to be working on some upcoming streams. I think I was telling you guys about this, that I'm doing a kind of closet wardrobe basics. I've been kind of trying to put stuff together back here. I'm still waiting on a few things from Amazon. I'm still trying on things. I still want to make sure that everything I'm sharing is really good, if I like it, if it fits well, things like that. So I'm putting that together. I'm going to do 2 fitness streams, probably one tops, tees, jackets and stuff, and then another that's shorts and pants and sweats and things like that. And then I also have it listed over here. I've written it down. And then also a date night outfits one. So Richard needs to be here when we do that, because he is always the one giving me so much sass about date night outfits. So exactly, Freddie's on the same time I am. So I think that's it. Of course, if you have any questions, let me know really quickly before I head out. Otherwise, please press follow. If you're on your desktop, there's now a really cool drop down that says live notifications. It's immediately to the right of the follow button. You can turn it on if you want personalized ones from moi, if you want all live notifications, or you want absolutely none. If you get the notifications, you guys can come, you can watch when I get on. You won't miss any streams, you won't miss any follower codes, you won't miss any deals if I'm sharing those. So many options, right? Okay, I think that's it. So I hope everybody had a really great plant stream. We'll set it up again shortly next week, and yeah, we're gonna have a good time. So happy planting, everyone.